Hello, fellow mandala lovers. Welcome to a time-lapse drawing of a lime green mandala. Now you can tell from my messy drawing here that I've plotted and planned on this one a little bit before getting started, and that's just how I always work. I say I'm not going to make my paper messy, but I always do as I try ideas and erase some of them. And the reason I don't erase all of my rejected ideas as we're going here is because I don't want to lose my grid. So I just kind of work around it, and then once I get all the pen down, then I will go back and erase all of the pencil lines so it looks clean and crisp. So we're starting out today with our framework, and one thing I want you to note here is the lack of perfection. I mean, I've got my guidelines and I use them the best I can, but if you look at those star points around there with 4 different lines, you can see from one to one they're not exactly the same, so I like to say they're organic, and as a whole it looks fine. Now, a lot of times I'll wait till I have most of the details in to start doing color, but this time I tried to do it as I went along. And normally I don't necessarily put color over my lines. I usually let them go in the blank spaces, but I was trying to try something a little different here to see what would happen, and I really like it so far. For a while it seems like the inside of this mandala just gets more and more delicate with the detailed lines going in there. And one thing I noticed too as I was going is some things would try to blur together, I guess, a little more than I wanted to. So that's when I'd go back in with a thicker pen and go over the outside edges just to help distinguish them a little more. I'm using my trusty Crayola Super Tips. A few videos ago I put out a pink mandala, and then before that I had done one that was a really bright yellow, so adding this green to it I almost want to call it my highlighter series. I suppose I need to do a purple and an orange to go with it, and I'd have almost a full set of highlighters there. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, would you do me a favor and hit the like button? That lets YouTube know you're enjoying it and they'll share it with more people. Yeah, at this point it's looking pretty delicate in that center. We're almost ready to get to those outer points. You know, even though I do the framework before I start, I really don't know how this is going to turn out. I do tend to change my mind as I go along or add extra details that I didn't think I would use in the beginning. And in just a minute we're going to take this from delicate to bold. And I'll tell you, that was a step right here where we start coloring in the black. I was really afraid it was going to overwhelm the whole thing, and it took me a little bit to get comfortable with it, but once I did, I thought it added just the right amount of weight to an otherwise, even though it was delicate, it was kind of a little all the same, so I kind of like that punch of black in there. And while I was doing this part, I was not sure, did I want to leave those as true points, or did I want to enclose the circle and just have a circular mandala. I was thinking about this the whole time I was drawing these lines and adding these bits of color to the petals. So at the time of this video's publication, I will have recently crossed the 1 year mark of making videos on YouTube, and also recently crossed making my 100th video. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching with me and creating with me. I enjoy doing it, and I appreciate each and every one of you for participating. And as you can see, I made that final decision to enclose it in a circle. I like doing these lightweight, lots of lines. It kind of, from a distance it looks like you added gray almost, so I like the texture and the little subtle color it adds. So what do you think? Would you have left the flower petals, or would you have finished the circle? Hey, there's a couple of things on the screen now. There's a video there on the left and a playlist on the right. I sure would appreciate it if you'd check those out. And thanks so much for joining me today.